Anything but rebels. Anything but rebels. Anything but rebels.
Okay. If you guys didn't see it, yesterday, me and the other Game Changers, we put out a video regarding the two new Nightsisters. We got the new Nightsister Spirit and the new Nightsister Zombie, but in that video as well, we also showcased Mother Talzin with the reworked Nightsisters up against some meta teams. And goodness, people have been just freaking out everywhere. On my YouTube video, there were over 400 some comments. Reddit, people have been blowing up. Forums have been blowing up. Everyone's just freaking out right now. Pretty much everyone is worried if their current meta teams are going to struggle against the Nightsisters because they are great on the offensive. They have all these mechanics we've never seen before. And today, I want to help put some nerves at ease because it is concerning, but after some extensive testing, I can assure you, do not be afraid. And today on the screen, you're seeing all the teams we're going to try out today, ranging from an Admiral Thrawn all the way down to a Nihilist team. Some of these teams are not the most popular nowadays. The Thrawn team is really the most popular dark side team right now. And these guys want a piece of the Nightsisters, and we're going to show them that we mean business. All right, so we're getting into our first battle here, and the main trick when you're fighting this team, especially if you have Thrawn, is deciding, should I fracture the zombie or should I fracture Mother Talzin? And what I like to do personally when I'm using this particular team is swap Terminator with Death Trooper. Go ahead, let's pop in an AoE. We increased everyone's cooldowns without a buff, and we also removed the buff, the taunt on the Nightsister Zombie. And I found it to be most successful for this lineup to fracture Mother Talzin, because as long as she's not doing her AoE plague, we're usually in a fairly good position. So here we go. Let's go put buff immunity on the Nightsister Zombie, and they're going to get a couple attacks, but luckily we're going to go and pop some damage on them. And the goal is you have to get Short Trooper to constantly use his taunt. Oh my gosh. Constantly use his taunt when possible, so we're not losing too much health, because eventually they're most likely going to get a plague off here and there. So far we're doing okay. We're going to do some cleansing, increase cooldowns yet again. In this situation, Mother Talzin does get released from her fracture. We've already increased her cooldown so many times, so we don't have to worry. And you gotta another thing that you really gotta watch out for is keeping the Daka in control, because the problem is she can do some stuns. She probably is going to get a revive in there. So while you have Talzin stunned, we should be able to. There we go. Daka's done. And now that we eliminated someone, now we can finally work on using Terminate and using Deathmark. Now here's the big problem. When you defeat Daka first, Nightsisters are going to constantly call her in. And man, she's just going to get stun after stun after stun. It's going to get a little bit annoying until you finally defeat someone else, and then you don't have to worry about Daka always showing up here.
Doesn't anyone stay dead anymore?
And I gotta say, the Nightsister Zombie is definitely a huge annoyance. She constantly comes in there and just ruins everything. So at this point, let's see. Let's swap Terminator with, let's say, let's give it to Death Trooper. Let's see, do we have a grenade? Yes, we have a grenade. Let's increase cooldowns yet again. We prevented Talzin from getting a turn, so I'm trying to now work on Talzin. But what we'll do right now that we kind of had a good start, Talzin, she has too many cooldowns increased. Switch our attention to the Nightsister Zombie, because Talzin shouldn't be causing a problem for a while now, so long as I can put the nail in the coffin. There we go, Deathmark, and she's gonna be done in a second. Let's see here. We should be able to knock her out. And there we go. They won't be able to revive Daka because Terminate and Execute, not Execute, but Terminate and Deathmark, they're going to prevent Daka from being able to revive. Okay, so now let's probably work on the Spirit. Asajj, I don't know how I feel exactly about Asajj. She's great, but I feel like she's not the best if you're not going up against teams that have R2-D2, because her Dispel is great, but in this team, I'm not sure how much benefit she's providing. All right, let's go. Fracture the Spirit. So I'm actually doing very well. I mean, so far, everyone's got full health. They got mostly protection, so I'm not all that concerned. Let's land a stun on Ventress. There we go. And we should be able to just terminate Asajj right there. She should be done in a second. So if you're someone like me who's concerned about using the Empire up against this team, you're gonna be fine. Although the video I showed in my previous video showed the Nightsister destroying this Empire team, in return, the Empire comes in with full force and just absolutely wipes them out. So let's go. We're going to auto the rest of this. So battle number one, look at that. That was a fairly successful battle. They got a lot of stuns out there. That's no doubt about it. Okay, we might have to come in because Nightsister Zombie, holy cow, she's... see, look, I had Deathmark on Nightsister Zombie, and she still was able to revive. I had to get this last Nightsister out of here, but all that foresight is really annoying. Okay, there we go. Nightsister Zombie, she's an annoyance. She's not impossible. I saw a lot of people get really upset about Nightsister Zombie, but this shows she's manageable. Just balance that fracture. I go for fracture on Mother Talzin first, increase her cooldowns 3 or 4 times, and then I'll go ahead later on fracture Nightsister Zombie. All right, so we won with absolute ease. My Empire team that I love dearly is going to be able to beat this team easily. As you saw, no problems whatsoever. You just got to make sure to control them. But now we're going to move into a Gar Saxon team, and oh my goodness, if Gar Saxon can win, there's really nothing to worry about going up against these Nightsister teams.
Ugly mother.
All right, now this is something we never really see in Arena. I don't think I've ever seen a Gar Saxon led team. For sure, he's not a meta leader, but I want to show that if he can beat him, so can a lot of other teams, because Gar Saxon does not have the best Empire leader, but it's a lot of fun to use. So again, what I like to try to do is increase everyone's cooldowns. Let's go and use Death Trooper's AoE, because I do not want Talzin to get her AoE Plague Out, because once she gets her AoE Plague Out, things do not get pretty. And there we go. We got a couple counterattacks. Let's go. I don't know. We're going to go and apply a buff immunity on her. Awesome. AoE, we should be able to put some turn meter down. We're going to stun. There we go. We're going to stun the zombie because we don't want her to have the opportunity to cleanse herself, because her first special, or only special, has the opportunity to cleanse herself. Now, unfortunately, I didn't want to use my fracture this early, but you know what? Let's just go and use it. We're going to fracture her. I was hoping to get, see, now they're getting their AoE Plague Out. But luckily, everyone's going to come in, get a couple counterattacks. Let's see if we can put a daze on Talzin. Okay, so we're doing okay still so far. Not as beautiful as I would like the Thrawn team, but there we go. We got the healing in here. And I got to double check, but I believe the Empire under a Gar Saxon team will gain a ton of health. And that's kind of the main thing that we're concerned about, is you need someone that's going to make sure your health is always topped off. I have a feeling teams without a healer might suffer dearly, because those things are, man, if you don't have a healer, you're going to constantly lose so much health. All right, now we're going to put Death Mark on Daka, get her done with, because I don't want her, that's exactly what I didn't want her to do, is constantly revive. There we go, she's done. Daka's not going to be revived, even if someone tries to use their basic. If you didn't know, when Mother Talzin's leading, if you haven't noticed actually, anytime, oh, we lost someone. Okay, unfortunately, we're not going to get him back, but there's no way to bring Krennic back. But as I was saying, if you didn't know, when you're using Nightsisters and a Talzin leadership, anytime a Nightsister uses the basic, they get to call in a Nightsister to assist from the dead. Really cool, very cinematic. Talzin's done. Oh my goodness, this is actually going a lot better than I expected. But let's see, we need to get a heal. Need a heal in here. Hold on. Come on, we got to get, there we go. He's done. Heal. All right, we should be good. All right, let's see. Okay, now we just got to get rid of the spirit. And there we go. So it didn't go as good as the Thrawn team, but we won with the Gar Saxon team. And I can guarantee you, I don't care who you are, there's no arguing that Gar Saxon is not the best team to go up against the meta. I've never seen Gar Saxon do well up against Commander Luke teams, up against General Kenobi teams. If you are someone who's been really worried if you can't beat this team on defense, if you can win with a Gar Saxon team, which is far away from what the meta is, I think there's not much to worry about here. Oh boy, long time no see. It's been a while since we've seen a Darth Maul team. The reason why we're showing this today is because I know a lot of people still using Darth Maul teams. They can't really compete with the meta, but a lot of people are stuck with these Darth Maul teams because they didn't heavily invest in the light side. So hopefully we can win. This is my first time using Darth Maul against the Nightsister, so hopefully all goes well. But when I was remodding my characters, one thing I realized is that the Nightsisters are not all about pure damage, unlike Commander Luke teams and Great Han goodness. They are all about using Plague, and if they can't get Plague out, you are winning the battle. Unlike Commander Luke teams, if they're getting big damage out, you're going to lose the battle, and it's a lot harder to control big damage than it is trying to get Mother Talzin to apply the Plague. So good and bad things here. It's good and bad things here. It's definitely manageable to hopefully win with this team. The problem is we got to land shock. There we go. Oh, no, we didn't get shock. We really needed that shock to prevent the zombie from taunting. So, oh, boy, now we're getting stunned. The problem is, if you don't get the shock or if you don't control the taunt from Nightsister Zombie, you can't focus on the other team. And this team I'm using right now doesn't have Fracture. It has shock, but as you see, we missed the shock. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Now we got shock. Let's see. But as you see, they don't have, like, crazy damage output. So that's a good thing, I suppose. All right, get that in. Remove the buff. Oh, we revived. I was hoping we didn't have to knock her out. Okay, let's get a heal in here because we're doing We're struggling. We have to get Doc out of here because I don't want her to revive. But see, we have all this plague, and if you can't control the plague, you're in trouble. They don't have big damage. Let's see, can we wipe her out? Oh, we got a stun, but oh, she's done. Let's increase cooldown. This isn't going as well as the other dark side team, so if you Sith lovers are watching this, hopefully this isn't too painful to watch because this is not as good. So it looks like this Darth Maul team may struggle. Watch, we're stuck behind. Nihilus is gonna die soon, so let's just showcase this. If you use Annihilate on the zombie, a lot of people didn't believe me. Nightsister zombie will come back. That's how great she is. She's not like a typical tank where she'll just disappear and you don't have to worry about her again. So that's this hopefully proves my analogy that this team is beatable, but if you can't control the plague like the Sith team here, they're having a hard time trying to control the plague, trying to control the Nightsister zombie. It's going to be a lot tougher. So unfortunately, Maul teams, if you come across Nightsister zombies and Mother Talzin, it looks like you might have a harder time when fighting them when they're on the defensive. But we aren't going to give up on the Sith yet. Maybe Darth Nihilus is the dark side Sith to take on these Nightsisters. If you don't know, tons of health regeneration for the Sith when under Darth Nihilus, and their protection gets converted into health. So they have a giant health pool, but because of plague, you might be able to they might chew through that giant health pool fast. So let's get into it. I'm not 100% sure that the Sith team can beat them. I think Sith are now at a very weak position. They are nowhere near to what they used to be. So unfortunately, my Nightsister, my Sith assassin is only at 287 speed. I know I'm only saying only. The other team, they have a much faster Nightsister spirit, so they got to jump the gun first. But luckily, we should be able to follow up. Everyone's at 100% turn meter. Let's see if we can stun Talzin. We didn't stun Talzin. She's gonna get that plague off now. Yeah, we're oh boy. Once you get plague off, it's hard. It starts turning to wildfire. It becomes plague on top of plague, and they start chewing through your team. And the problem is we're having a hard time controlling Nightsister zombie. Let's get Shock. Okay, we got Shock, so she's not gonna renew her taunt at least. But oh man, I don't know. Let's see. Let's work on Mother Talzin, I think, because I don't want her to keep renewing this plague over and over again. Okay, yeah, we're about to lose this. Okay, we got some health there, some health for Maul. Okay, so we're healing slowly. Boy, let's keep putting the damage. Oh boy, come on, Palpatine, you got one job, Palpatine. Put Shock on the enemy. I know you're falling apart in this game right now, but gosh darn it. Oh boy, yep. I'm sorry guys, it does not look too promising. Let's try to, yeah, I don't think this team's gonna win. We're gonna pretty much die right here. Let's get Shock. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. For you guys who run the Sith, unfortunately, it looks like this dark side team is kind of fading into the past. And maybe I played it wrong, but once they got plague off, it's really hard to keep control. Unlike the Empire team, they're able to control the enemy a lot better. So, Sith, I'm sorry to say, it's gonna be a rough ride. Okay, let's wrap things up. We're gonna use, I think, the #1 meta team right now. This should be able to tear right through the Nightsisters. I know a lot of people on the top end are using this team, so I just want to show you that you should be able to win with no problems. We're just gonna stop their Nightsister spirit. If you have Han Solo, you go right through Foresight, land the stun. That's their fastest character. As you see, they just lost a turn. But now we're just gonna fracture Nightsister zombie in this particular team. It makes a bit more sense than earlier teams I used. All right, let's go ahead and put that on there. Now I'm gonna try to remove all the turn meter from Mother Talzin. Gee, now it's kind of like clockwork. We didn't get the stun, unfortunately. That's fine. Let's see if we can go and get rid of her. And she should be done here. Let's see. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, close. They got the heal. That's fine. That's fine. It's perfectly okay. We don't really need to worry about that. But I think if you're running this meta team, there's really not all that we should be worried about. Okay, Mother Talzin, she's out of here. She's going to be called into assist, but at least the plague is not going to be a big issue. Let's just keep calling in Han Solo because this guy, goodness. Unlike this New Hope team or the Rebels that they reworked, the Nightsisters are a bit more intricate. They're a bit more interesting. They have mechanics that we've never seen before. But with the Rebels, they're still going to be the #1 team, I think, right now. They are all about sheer damage output. When they reworked the Rebels or the New Hope characters, they literally just went in there and cranked the knob up to like 100% and make their damage output just through the roof. That is what makes them so good. All the counterattacks from the Rebels. There's just a lot going on for them. But the Nightsisters, the question people are asking, should I buy them? Should I be worried that I don't have them? And hopefully today, I was able to show that there's really not too much to worry about in that regard. There we go. This is pretty much done with. Let's see. Yeah, we can pretty much auto it. Meta team, no problem. If you have Commander Luke and this type of meta team or anything of this sort of general structure, you're going to be in a great shape, and you're not going to have any problems fighting up against the Nightsister teams. But those who use teams like Sith, that used to be good at one point, I'm sorry to say it, but I think you're gonna have a lot of trouble if you do encounter Nightsisters. So don't worry, guys. No need to freak out. No need to run around with our heads cut off. We can beat the Nightsisters. They're a great faction. They are very well developed, very well designed, but they are beatable. But if you do get them, they're going to be great. You're going to get a lot of your use out of them. I think they're going to be great for the future dark side territory battles. And I'm going to be putting out a video probably tomorrow or the next day with the Nightsisters in the AAT. And man, they are great in the AAT. So a lot of usefulness out of this team. They're not a joke. They're not like the Ewoks where they're just okay. They're a very solid faction. But that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Hopefully we were able to put some nerves at ease. This was a very promising video, I think, showcasing that Nightsisters are definitely beatable. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to leave me a like, comment down below. What do you think of the Nightsister? Are you okay now that you see this? Let me know down below. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And as always...